Welcome to the Year 5 lesson for whole unknown problems. In this lesson I'm learning to use multiplication and division, in particular my 2, 3, 4, 5 and 10 times tables, to solve whole unknown problems. Let's imagine I can see 3/5 of a cake and there are 15 candles shared around those 3/5 of the cake. Well, I can record that like this. So my denominator tells me there are 5 pieces of cake, so I'm going to draw out a rectangle and split that into 5 pieces. And my numerator says that I'm interested in 3 pieces, so I'm going to circle 3 pieces here. And remember, we're using multiplication and division to help us answer this question, not addition like we did when we did the Year 4 examples. And you've probably noticed that this strategy looks very similar to the other Year 5 strategies so far. In fact, everything that we've done so far is exactly the same. But this next step is different. We need to share out these 15 candles, but these 15 candles are only on 3 pieces of cake, not 5 pieces of cake, like we did in our last lesson. So I'm going to start by sharing these 15 candles between 3 pieces, and I know that 15 divided by 3 is 5, and I can write those 5 candles on here. So you can see by doing this step here, I've worked out how many candles are on one piece of cake. You can see here there's 5. That's what this answer is. Now my next step is to work out how many candles there are on the whole cake. Well, there's 5 pieces of cake in total, and there are 5 candles on each piece of cake rather. So 5 times 5 is 25. So that means there are 25 candles on the whole cake, or 3/5 of 25 is 15. Let's try another question. This time I can see 2/3 of a cake, and on those 2/3 of a cake there are 8 candles. So I want to work out how many candles there are on the whole cake. So I've recorded that like this. Well, I'm going to start by drawing out my 3 pieces of cake, and I knew that I needed 3 pieces because my denominator told me, and my numerator tells me that I am interested in 2 of those pieces. So I'm going to circle these 2 pieces here. Now if I look here, I can see that there are 8 candles which are shared between these 2 pieces of cake. So I'm going to write 8 divided by 2, or 8 candles shared between 2 pieces of cake. Well, I know that 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that means there are 4 candles on each piece of cake. 4 here and 4 here. So now I'm ready for my second step to work out how many candles there must be on the whole cake. Well, there's 3 pieces of cake in total, and on all of those pieces there must be 4 candles. 3 times 4 is 12. So 2/3 of 12 is 8. Let's try one last question. This time I can see there are 12 candles shared around 2/5 of a cake. So I want to work out how many candles there are in total on the cake. You can see I've recorded that here. So my denominator tells me my cake is split into 5 pieces, so I can record that down here. 1, 2, 3. There are my 5 pieces. And my numerator tells me I'm interested in 2 pieces, so I'm going to circle 2 pieces here. And you can see here these 12 candles need to be shared between 2 pieces. So I'm going to write 12 shared between 2, which I know equals 6. So in my first step here, I've worked out how many candles there must be on one piece. So there's 6 on this piece and 6 on this piece. So now I'm ready to work out how many candles there are on the whole cake. Well, the whole cake is made up of 5 pieces, and I got that from my denominator here. And I know there are 6 candles on each piece. So 5 times 6 is 30. So 2/5 of 30 equals 12. Let's have a think about the important things to remember from this lesson. Well, you can see that I'm using multiplication and division to help me answer these questions. My first step is to share these candles around the pieces of cake that I can see. So in this example, those were 2 pieces. And I did that over here by using division. By doing that, I work out how many candles there must be on one piece, and then I multiply that amount by the total number of pieces. And that tells me how many candles there must be on the whole cake. You can find the activity sheet that goes with this lesson in the Teacher Tools Fractions, Decimals and Percentages book from the Whitebook collection.